like whatever the highest score on a thing. But it's like, and I did do good in writing in high school. So to get to college and her tell me that I was like an awful writer and all this different stuff, I was like, oh shit, But it didn't affect me. I just went ahead and dropped the class. Like, it's like, bitch, I don't need to be in your face then. Like, you are basically, who are you? And why would you say that to somebody? And I'm in a whole classroom. It's like, let me call you out. And I don't know. I feel like, man, why? Like, what was the purpose of that? What was it? What happened? It didn't affect me. This is the part that gets me. It's like, the physical shit really affected me, but the mental stuff that people would try to do to break me down, not until I got to that boy, that abusive guy, because it was the physical with the mental, you know what I'm saying? But the mental shit, I was like, oh, this bitch crazy. This bitch done lost. Like, it's like, why believe that? Like, why even believe it? Okay, then I'm going to get better. And so I just kept going to go get tutored and stuff and just got better. I'm not going to say I know all the factors of writing. I don't know all the crafts of it. But I know a good read when I read one. And some of the best, I used to read books like crazy when I was in high school. Like, I would just finish a book in like 2-3 days. And then I would move on to, like, I would just go to another book if we could afford it. And then if not, I just read the book and find something else different about it. And so Terry McMillan from Mama, that's like one of my favorite fucking books. Like, I love that damn book. Like, it ain't no way I don't love that damn book. Like, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if it's a series because they done made other books into something else. But Mama was the shit. Like, I was like, oh my God. I related to it in so many ways because the women in my life, man, is just like, okay, y'all something else. Y'all something else. And it's good to call because then I related to the Bluest Eyes in the same way to Toni Morrison. And it's another writer who wrote Tempest Rising. That was a good book too. And it was like good because I was addicted in some way to eat laundry. Like, it's just like you had, like, when she's eating the wall, I'm just like, oh my God, I relate to these girls so much because we pick up so many different fucked up things, and, it was just like Tempest Rising was a good one. I still can't remember this book where the woman died and she was talking to her 3 girls from the grave. That was a good book too. And the biggest part of that book was when her husband was jealous of her for what, like, she was a virgin on the night they got married, but after they had sex, she was just free. If anybody is pregnant out there and it's your first pregnancy, at first you're gonna go in for your first 3 months and be like, oh my God, I gotta take my pants off, I gotta lift up my shirt. Listen, after that, you ain't gonna give not 2 fucks because you'd have been doing it for so long. You just gonna go in there and lift your shit up like you've already had a kid before. No, it's just like, okay, I know this person now. I know what you about to do, so let's just do it. Like, let's just get it on. So I feel like that's what she felt like. It's like he didn't like her after they had sex because she was too free with her body. He wanted her to feel ashamed. He wanted her to feel like sex was a bad thing, like she was supposed to cover herself up and not show him, and she would just walk around fully naked. She just became a woman after that. And she didn't understand it herself. She just understood her body. And so he did not like it. He hated it. And at that point, he resented her. So it's like, you don't even know when men have a secret hatred for you. Like, you're like, God damn, this motherfucker, you hate me? Like, So that book stuck with me. And that, because I also had a person at that time, after I read the book, who had told me that he didn't want me to succeed. That after he saw me win the whole entire science fair, that he wanted me to get pregnant by him. And he didn't want me to go to college. I was like, damn, like that shit really fucked me up though. But then to read the book and it'd be like, oh, but one of the best ones I read was the one, and I couldn't afford the book. So I used to go back to the bookstore like every day, sit on the carpet and just read. But it was what's his name? Michael Cera played in the movie where they built the car inside the house. That was like the best book. Like, I know the story is visually gorgeous. Like, I mean, it couldn't have came out any better. When I saw the movie, I was like, that I read this book. Like, I'm like, I actually read that book. But I had to finish it too. So I will read it, and I even got a job at the bookstore. Never got a chance to read no fucking books while I was working at the bookstore. But I loved it. Like, I loved that book, Michael Cera. It was just like one of the best books I had ever. I don't know. I love that book. It wasn't written by Michael Cera. He starred in it, but I forgot the name of the book. But I don't know. It's just something about books that I love. I don't know. I don't need to be in no old bookstore though, because the books stink. I would want to rip out the pages and burn that shit up. Like, it's just like, no, we don't need any Goodwill books. But I like the new books. Like, you crack it open and it's there, and it's like I don't even smell it. Like, I don't smell it. Like, really, I don't. But it's just the whole thing of a new page and how you turn it and getting it off the shelf and all this different stuff. But anyway, it's just like I'm saying, it's like I just really like the people who dropped off love to me, and didn't know I needed it dropped off. Didn't know. I still also recall this woman where I was hungry and she was like, you want some bar? You want a plate, girl? And she gave me a plate, and she just dropped off love to me because I hadn't eaten for like 2 days. I was worried about when I was gonna eat, because I couldn't go back to my apartment because I was in the hood, and my mama wasn't talking to me because I moved away. It was just crazy. So I don't know. It's just, man, when people drop off love to you, accept it. Don't go for it like it's a rabid dog. And I know people are like, look at your relationships and all this stuff, because people gave love to me like that. Like, I loved people how people taught me how to love. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about the bad relationships. I love Marcus because my mother loved a man that was like Marcus, but that drank. I didn't know Marcus was on drugs, but I loved him the way I did because he needed to be picked up from something else. Same thing with Brandon. It was like I had to, not to say I loved him, as a human being, I do love them, but it's like he needed to be taken up and known that he wasn't worthless. Like, he was out in Cahokia sleeping on the streets and using a metal detector to find stuff in the ground and like that. At least this is what he's saying, and he could have been lying, who knows. But I gave him the opportunity to change his life because he didn't think he could change his life. You see, I wanted Marcus to see that he didn't have to live in a roach infested apartment that had clutter or nothing in it, because I wanted him to know that somebody cared about him. I also didn't want him to always be feeling abused, so I told him that he had to think of positive words in order to keep his life going. Like, I was like, you have to keep, like, I'm saying, I don't know, I was like, use it at least 7 times, because at that point I had forgot about my own trauma. Like, I had forgot about everything I had been through college, and I was getting better, and it was just hard to look at somebody be that sad and not confident and all these different things in his life when he was there with me, and Brandon was the same way. Like, they were both addicts at some point, and they both were the same way, like, where they felt like they were worthless. Like, and when my anxiety came, that's what I felt like I was like I took on their traits or something, like, and it's like, but Shantae, you not worthless. Like, you worth everything that God has to give to you. Now, when I drew the line is when I moved back home to be with Mr. Latron Davis, and he was like, you a gold digger. he was working at Macy's. Like, dude, do you know that I have been with the millionaire? Like, like, he's like, do you understand my history? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, and I just let him say it. I just let him say, okay, you a gold digger. Like, you mean like goals, like GOALS, like soccer goals? Like I just like find an activity, I take it on, and then I knock that shit out, you know? Like, is that what you mean? No, he actually meant I wanted his money, and he didn't have any. He thought I wanted him because his mother had a front-loading washer and dryer. I was like, whoa, so his brain is already rotting from the liquor that went into his body. And so at that point, I'm like, I can't pick you up because now I have my kid. Like, and with Brandon, I had to let him go too because I have my kid. And so it's like, you can't always be there to help somebody. And it's so in me to help because I was going to get married to this guy, did not like him, but I wasn't going to get married. I just wanted him to know what a friendship was. And he kept saying, well, I can't be your friend. I can't be your friend because I'm an evil bastard. And you just like, oh, from Nigeria, you know? So it's like, I wanted to really help him, man, but I couldn't. Like, God was like, no, you don't need to help this dude. Like, fuck him. You can be his friend. And if he don't accept your friendship, then he lost you because, you know, I would have been his friend. Like, I didn't want nothing. I just wanted, okay, anyway. But yeah, it's like, I didn't want nothing from him. I really didn't want his money. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be his friend. So it's just like, okay, that was it. Like, I wasn't trying to get over, you know, like, I don't know. It's like I would have just married him because he needed because, I don't know. Anyway, but it's like, I don't know. What I'm saying is, like, just be happy that people drop that off to you, that people teach you different little ways to love and appreciate them, you know, because Elder, he didn't, I'm saying all names, but he didn't have to help me the way he did, but he did. And that's, and he's like, well, just pay it forward. And I did. I paid enough forward, y'all. I can't pay no more because if I don't need nobody else putting their hands on me. I don't need nobody else. I made a joke one time. Everybody need their ass whooped every once in a while, but everybody don't. Some people are already doing good. They don't need their ass whooped. Leave them alone. But yeah, don't put your hands on me. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I don't know. It's just, I guess today is just that day where I'm just like, man, I really, really, I don't know. I'm just happy that somebody dropped love off to me. I'm so happy. You know? Because what if they never did? I wouldn't know that good things exist. I wouldn't know that when my aunt says, you talk too much. You talk too much. You only talk that much. That you would miss out on your blessings because you lying to people. And people can't trust you. So instead of building a friendship, you build a situation where people watching you to see how much they can trust you. And when they learn that they can't trust you, they don't give not two fucks about you, you know? Or they just there because you can entertain them. They trying to figure out where you at in life. You know? They using you just like you're using them. I'm glad that I am honest about who I am because it was hard hiding who I wasn't. But I've always been who I am. Even if I lie, I've been who I am. And it was something where when I was at that job, I feel like I was back on the streets somewhere. Nova Academy, you know. I feel like this bitch, she got problems. You know what I'm saying? That lady got problems. And so she can blame it on whoever the fuck she want to blame it on. But she got some fucking problems. So, and then if you, I don't know, it'd be something about the powerful person that got like a little minion that run up behind them. And you don't let that minion become who they need to be. You always got your foot on somebody's neck. Why? And then if anybody around you makes you feel powerless, you get rid of them. Your minion, if anybody makes your minion feel powerless, she gets rid of them. For what reason? Who the fuck knows? So that's the whole thing. It's like, man, again,